Okay, thank you. Harriet, hi, greetings from Toronto, Canada. How are you today?
Give my love to Toronto.
Oh, I will. I will. You have so many fans here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can't believe I only have 4 minutes with you. Let's get going. What a great juicy role. I think Martha was one of my favorite characters in this series. I got to tell you. How did you connect with her? Like, do you like to tinker with things?
I don't like to tinker with things. I get the guy in. I'm afraid I'm unreconstructed in that way. But the character is one of what I love about her is she's kind of got a whole um, she's the keeper of the knowledge in certain ways, and that sort of that idea of respecting your elders comes into the story, or the dynamic between the young adventurous person and the older person, kind of trying to balance that. Listen to me, I know stuff. And she says, what do you know? You've locked yourself away. What can I learn
Right.
from you? And I think that's a really interesting dynamic that's played out in real life, obviously. But yeah, I love her interior life and her history. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's been around. She's been on different levels of the silo. And then we find out what happens to her, that she's been in the basement now for like 25 years doing what she does. But I love the relationship between her and Jules, of course, between you and Rebecca Ferguson. It's lovely. It's amazing. She's like mentor, mother. Tell me a little bit about how that reflected in real life between you and Rebecca. You had such beautiful scenes together.
That's very sweet of you to say that. I think it's a reflection of I mean, I think I'm a good enough actress and she's a good enough actress that if we hated one another, we'd still put across some kind of affection. But it's made so much easier when you really do like somebody. And
Yeah.
with Rebecca, it was beautiful. It was just from day one, she made me feel that she was excited to do those scenes. That she's got a lot of action stuff and a lot of
Yes.
and I thought, oh, this is going to be a bit boring for her standing around in my workshop. But she appreciated having a proper deep relationship with somebody, because a lot of the other relationships were not on that level. So she enjoyed that, I think. And she's an even better actress than I thought. And so a lot of it wasn't faked, in that we get along very well, but also, Walker is much more sort of self-protective and
Yes.
evasive and prickly, um, than I was. Or we were more like sisters than mother and daughter in some ways.
Yeah.
But that was fine. You could switch that on as well, because I think it helped to think that Walker sees quite a lot of herself in Juliet,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that helped.
Absolutely. You look at these sets, they're incredible. And then when you think about what you're doing here, what you're making, this world, to live in a silo and not to be able to go outside. Now, I know we all experienced pandemic, but at least we were at least go outside and sit on our porches or something. Could you even imagine living in a world like this?
It is the hardest imaginative job I think I've done, really, in terms of, you could imagine day to day, but year in, year out, is very hard to imagine, because even in the pandemic, we could look out of the window,
Right.
you know. But I think what I kept reminding myself was that nobody in the silo has any actual memory of life before. So you're having to imagine somebody who's never known what it
Yeah.
was like before. And one of the hardest things to do as an actor is to not know something that you do know. Is sort of cut out bird song and birds and rivers and trees and fresh
Yeah.
air, and to kind of not know that is quite difficult.
Yeah.
It helped me that my environment was quite close, and that I had to turn this screw and solder that bit of iron, that kind of helped me to draw my imagination down to my small environment. But yeah, you've hit on it, what is so difficult to imagine.
Yeah, well, you are just absolutely terrific in this, as you are in every single thing that you do. I'm such a big fan. And I don't think we've seen the last of Lady Caroline on Succession. Now that we know what just happened, I think we're going to see you one more time, I
The
believe.
mouth is zipped.
I look forward to it. Thank you for this wonderful series and thank you for your time today. You're just terrific.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye bye.